Oh! No. Greetings, programs, and welcome back to the gamification. First time in a while. I've just been busy with Star Wars Celebration and stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. The first segment of this week is called New News. It's good news. Not always. There are, well, I think about 4 big items I want to talk about in the news this week. And the first one is Disney Plus launches in November. This is from Polygon.com. So let's get into it, I guess. Disney Plus is being priced very aggressively. $6.99 per month. This is in US currency. Or an annual upfront cost of $69.99. Which averages to a price about $5.83 a month. For comparison, Netflix's monthly prices now range from $8.99 to $15.99 up to 4K. By 4K, I mean the TV resolution. Disney Plus's platform availability is equally aggressive. It includes Apple TV, Roku, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Chromecast, smart TVs, desktop, and mobile. So that's a lot of variety and application. The streaming service will launch domestically and eventually expand overseas, but there's no actual time frame of when that's going to how long it's going to take for it to get to everywhere that it wants to go, like over here in Australia, for example. So it might not be for another month or two, or even maybe up to 6 months, I believe. It will feature a slate of programming that is consistent with the Disney brand. The service will exclude R-rated movies, which will be relegated to Hulu, of which, after its purchase of 21st Century Fox, Disney is a major shareholder. Within the first year of the streaming service, Disney hopes to produce 5 original films and 5 original TV series exclusive to the streaming service, including Mandalorian and Cassian Andor series by Star Wars. Oh, I'm so excited. Just a side note, if you want to know more about what all the news that happened in Star Wars Celebration, I put out some quick recap videos just talking about what happened in the panels and stuff. So go check that out on my channel or anywhere else that you just search Star Wars Celebration, like StarWars.com, for example. The service will be subscription based and ad-free. It will be available on a wide variety of platforms, from mobile, tablet, to television, computer, and even some game consoles, like we mentioned before. Following its US debut, Disney Plus will rapidly expand globally. So rapidly is a good sign. So let me just keep reading. With plans to be in nearly all major regions of the world within the next 2 years. Oh, 2 years? Oh no. Although the full scope of this new service isn't fully known, one thing is clear: the Disney home video magic is now consolidated in one concentrated location. So that's the good thing about it, where you don't have to search in different parts. And like Netflix, you only get a certain amount of Disney movies and other Disney content on it, and then it will just recycle into new stuff. It'll all be there. That includes their classic Disney lineup, their Golden Age, Silver Age stuff, their TV series like Hannah Montana, for example, and other Disney Channel shows that they've had down the years. Of course, Marvel, and Star Wars, obviously. Oh, and there's going to be 30 seasons of The Simpsons. So, if you like content, if you like entertainment, definitely go go sign up for Disney Plus. I know I will be when it gets here. So fingers crossed that it gets here sooner rather than later, because I want The Mandalorian. I want it right now. Anyway, moving on to news number 2. New Sega Mini announced for September release. It's all coming out this year, guys. This is from Kotaku.com.au. Sega will release the Sega Genesis Mini worldwide on September 19. It will include 40 different games, and at least some versions will have Gunstar Heroes and Castlevania Bloodlines. Sega made the announcement on stage at Sega Fest 2019, its annual fan event in Tokyo. It only announced games for the Japanese Mega Drive Mini, including Sonic 2, Puyo Puyo 2, Shining Force, Castlevania Bloodlines, Powerball, Gunstar Heroes, Comic Zone, Rent a Hero, Space Harrier 2, and Madao Monogatari Ichi. I assume that's something to do with the magic or something. Since a few of these games are Japan only, it stands to reason that the US and European lines will be different. While Saga was light on details about the Mini in its stage presentation, it did say the 6-button controller would be the same as the originals, and that the game would have a save anywhere function, so a cloud-based saving system. In Japan at least, it will be sold in 2 variations, with one controller for 6,980 yen, which is about $89 US, and with 2 controllers for 8,990 yen. Sorry, not US. So that's about 114 US, so maybe about 120, 130, which seems overly pricey for us. Sega did not immediately announce the price of any specific games for the version Australians will receive, so just assume it's going to be standard retail prices for us. Sega first announced the Mega Drive Mini at last year's Sega Fest, and it was originally supposed to be released in 2018, only in Japan and based on the same AT Games developed technology that powered the US exclusive Genesis Flashback HD. Later, Sega delayed the unit into 2019, saying that to achieve a higher level of quality, it would drop AT Games or AT Games, develop the software for the system in Japan in-house, and release the unit worldwide. Given the general negative critical reception of the Flashback HD, especially compared to Nintendo's mini classic systems, Sega seems as though it's aiming to salvage its brand's reputation in the classic console market. This seems weird because we know a lot of Sega games have kind of moved on to Sony and some Nintendo titles. It's weird that they will try and compete in this market when Nintendo seems to have it pretty down pat, and especially with the Switch as well, where they could just port all those games onto the Switch as well as have their retro style as well. It seems almost unnecessary to have this kind of thing, but if you're a Sega kid and not a Nintendo kid, that makes sense, where you want the Mega Drive or the Mega Drive 2. Play some of those sweet games. It also has been announced that 10 more games have been lined up for the Mega Drive, or the Mega Drive Mini, sorry. I don't have a list of them though, so sorry about that. Tell me what you think. Are you excited for this new Sega Mini announcement, or are you just going to pass it up and wait for something more suitable for you? I haven't got much about it because I was never a Sega kid. I was very loosely Nintendo, and then I had the original Game Boy and then a Game Boy Color. We traded Pokemon with our friends and stuff like that. Then the 64 came along. I was the first of my friends to have a 64, but they got some of the better games, I guess you could say. Well, not better games, because I had some pretty damn good games. But like GoldenEye, for instance, I was like the first one to have GoldenEye out of my friends, and oh boy, was I popular for about 2 months. Uh, but they got some of the more expensive straight out of release games. You know, like their parents were willing to pay like $100 or something, which is. Here's some new details for you about this so-called PS5. Oh my goodness, get ready for this one. It's a bit of a big article. This is from techradar.com, but the original interview article was from Wired. You'll still be using discs to play games on Sony's next games console, and it won't be landing until at least 2020. That's according to Mark Cerny at Sony, who is the lead system architect on the next gen console. In an interview with Wired, Cerny has confirmed the console won't be launching later this year, but he refused to confirm whether it will be called a PS5. But you know you will be. It will be, I should say. Oh, I reckon that. Okay, let's go back and then. But you know it will be. Running off a bespoke version of the third generation AMD Ryzen chipset. Okay, so this part gets a little bit complicated, as in technical, not complicated. The forthcoming console will be capable of supporting ray tracing, a complex lighting technique that has so far been the reserve of incredible high-end PC GPUs. Pardon me. The chipset will also be capable of delivering a new gold standard in immersive 3D audio, particularly for those that enjoy playing with a headset attached. So, for example, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice will be fantastic for that, where it uses kind of like this telescopic 3D to help you play the game, as in like you'll hear things behind you, like enemies behind you, so you actually have to turn and attack them because you can't just pull back the camera or anything like that. So that's really handy. One of the other major upgrades here will be the integration of a bespoke solid-state hard drive, which would work differently to how you can connect a SSD, solid-state hard drive, to your existing PS4. Sony showed a demonstration of an early dev kit to Wired in the interview. During a game of Spider-Man, a fast travel loading screen took 15 seconds on the PS4 Pro, but the same task took less than a second on the new dev kit for this new PlayStation. So it's estimated that it's about almost 19 times faster than your standard SSD in terms of read times. So that will really cut down on the loading times, especially for big games like Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, God of War, kind of Anthem, that had a big loading time, so hopefully that would cut down there. But I could be wrong because that's an online game, so yeah. Let me know if I am wrong. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Down in the comments below. Sony showed a demonstration of an early... Oh, sorry, I read that bit. Essentially, you should expect your games to load a lot faster on this next-gen console, like I said before. That said, the integration of this technology may cost a lot, so there may be a price hike. Yeah, don't expect the same prices as the PS4, but I don't think they'll ever go to the same level as the PlayStation 3, which is like over here about $1,000. Actually, it was like $999 for the original PlayStation 3 60 gig reverse playability one. Here's some more details. Sony confirmed that the console will still boast discs to play games and will be backward compatibility with PS4 titles. Apparently, so far, it doesn't look like PS3 or PS2 or classic PS1 titles will be playable unless you go through... it's hard to say. I'm hoping, like, PS Now, obviously, but hopefully like the PSN will support that. So because that's just running off emulation, it shouldn't be too hard. So there you go. That doesn't mean the company will avoid the idea of cloud gaming entirely, or necessarily its vintage catalog, like I was saying before. Sony also said, quote, "We are cloud gaming pioneers, and that our vision should become clear as we head towards launch," end quote. So from what I can take from that is, it seems like even though there are going to be, it is going to be a disc playable console, they're focusing a lot more, even with PS4 now, they're focusing a lot more on the digital side of it, like digital downloads and streaming and stuff like that. Example, PS Now, and just how the storefront is a bit more well managed, even though there's a lot of junk on there. It's a more well managed storefront than it used to be, or even like against like I'm not sure. Is Xbox a good do they have a good storefront? I haven't checked in a while. Let me know. Just trying to choose if I want to talk about more of this stuff. Your existing PlayStation VR headset will work on the upcoming console. Sony confirmed this, but we're hoping for an updated version of the PlayStation VR. Hopefully a cordless version. But don't get your hopes up just yet. We'll wait and see. The upcoming console will also support 8K to future-proof it for your next-gen TVs too. Look forward to that for you people who like those high-def graphics. Sony wasn't drawn on a release date for the console or price. We've already mentioned that. Other than to deny rumors of a 2019 release. But we'll probably see more. The Wired article says quote, Sony recently accelerated its deployment of dev kits so that game creators will have the time they need to adjust to its capabilities, end quote. So that suggests that the game developers are already making some sweet games for this, but we probably won't see or hear anything conclusive about it until either PSX this year or maybe even later down the line, some news trickling out at the end of the year or into the early next year or even next E3, since we won't have E3, since PlayStation won't be at E3 this year. So we're just hoping to see more, to hear more sooner than later at the end of the day. Tell me what you think, guys. I'd love to hear it because I love Sony. I'm a bit of a Sony shill. I just love single player experience and stuff, and they do that pretty damn well. So, tell me what you guys think. If you're more of an Xbox guy, what do you take from this? How do you think it's going to compete with the new Xbox Scarlet or whatever they're calling it? So leave a comment down below, hit me up on my socials, that'd be great. I'd love to hear from you guys. I really do. I really want to talk to you guys about some of this stuff. News number 4. Here's some crazy news. The Halo TV series has found its Master Chief. This is from Engadget.com. Okay, just hang on though, okay? The years in the making Halo TV series. This is when Xbox One was first announced they were going to do this. And Steven Spielberg was going to produce it or something. Okay, so here we go. Finally, it appears to be taking shape. Showtime has chosen American Gods Pablo Schreiber to play the series version of Master Chief. Pardon me? If you don't know who he is, he's like the leprechaun guy from American Gods. He plays, well, I believe that's him anyway. He plays like this Irish bloke. Yeah, he's got like the luck of the Irish on him and stuff like that. But he's just like a redhead Irish bloke, honestly. It's not certain if he'll ever remove the iconic helmet, but Showtime has promised to tell deeply drawn personal stories. It's hard to imagine the Chief hiding his face forever. The series will also star newcomer Yeren Ha as Quan Ah. Is that Keena or something? I don't know. I haven't played Halo in a long time. A teen from the colonies who meets Master Chief at a fateful time. The show will be run and executive produced by Stephen Kane. He's from he did The Last Ship apparently, and Kyle Killen of Awake, which hints at its scale. Showtime considers this its most ambitious series ever. Production will officially be slated to start in the fall. It's still not certain. It is still not certain when the Halo show will premiere. The timing may be more apt than it seems at first blush. Though, while the TV series misses chance to sync with Halo 5, there's a chance it could debut close to the launch of Halo Infinite. You may get a deluge of Halo after years of relative silence. So, for all you Halo fans out there, there's something to look forward to. So there's nothing fully concrete about this apparently. There's no timeline, there's no actual production. Oh no, it actually has started. Oh no, it's starting in the fall, so that's spring for us. So we might see something next year, or we might be hearing some more news closer to production start. Now, on to the next segment. That's it. New no sports stuff. Just other tidbits of information I thought you guys might like to know. Just random stuff out there. First up, Game of Thrones Season 8 is out. The first episode is out. I believe it's called Winterfell. Go check it out. Honestly, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride this whole time, honestly. I just binged like 1 to 7 just recently, so I'm a bit worn out, but it's all starting to come up together. It's all starting to reach the climax, I guess you could say. And episode 2 is coming out this next week, so make sure to keep on to it. Every Sunday, every Monday. Next one, Hobbs and Shaw. If you don't know what this is a Fast and Furious spin-off movie. It stars The Rock and Jason Statham, I believe. It looks amazing. I'm gonna put a link down below for you to watch, because my god, that is one action-packed movie. Okay, also Avengers Endgame. Woo! This is going to be hectic as well. That's coming out next week as well. This week coming, I guess you could say. It's only like 2 or 3 days away. Amazing. I can't wait, and you shouldn't wait either. Go get your tickets. Also, because Celebration happened last week, last weekend, I guess you could say, but it felt like a month. The Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars Episode 9 teaser is out. I shall also put a link down in the description below for you to check it out. I want to put out Mandalorian stuff, but it's all leaked footage, so I don't want to do any disservice about that. All I could say is, yeah, go find it yourself, because it's awesome. It's like really amazing. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I just got some other info that I completely forgot about. So once it loads up, my eyes. Okay. Dreams, the PS4 exclusive that no one really knew what it was. Is it a game? Is it a developer toolkit? What is this thing? It's out in early access right now, and if this works, yay! Yeah, this is an image that was drawn in the Dreams software. I guess you could say it. Yeah, I just want to talk about some of this stuff. It's called Demon's Penance. Uh, yeah, so created by artist Tomasz Morozinski. Morozinski? Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Using tools included. Oh fuck, why isn't this working? Tools included with Media Molecules Dreams. So it looks amazing. So you can do other things. So you can do all this. You can make music in it. You can build like demo game kind of things. Search for a toilet and there's a toilet simulator. I'm like, you can go to a castle. Someone made a pinball game. It's like, and then you have like a art show that's kind of like a video as well. Mario. I just want to show off some of this stuff because this looks really, really interesting. And especially because I did some game developer stuff and you can do a lot of this stuff, not the art stuff, but a lot of the like actual game mechanical stuff. This would be great for developers, I reckon, especially for kids games and stuff like that. It depends on your art. I mean, your art style. I mean, look at this, right? Totally different art style to something like this, or even this. So I'm actually quite excited to see what Dreams can come on. I might even do some streaming of Dreams and make random stupid shit and see how that works when the game officially launches. I'm not even sure when it does officially launch. It's just kind of like, let's put it out in early access and see what people think about it, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Because this game has been kind of this project, I guess you could call it, has been stuck in like development hell for like, I wouldn't say development hell, but they've been taking their time with it, and they've been showing it off and stuff at E3 back in like 2013, 2014, and nobody knew what it was, and they could never really explain what it was. So it's hard. So the best thing they could have done was put it out in early access and go, just try it. Just try it and then spread with word of mouth. And this is what seems to be happening. I'm excited. What do you guys think? Because that could be really cool. If you wanted to see the full detail of that article into Kotaku, I'll put a link down in the description as well. Also, okay. Rumours abound! Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is well in development. This is just a rumor, this is just talk. But if we can believe actress Janina Gavankar, who played, what's her name? Oh, she's been in a few things, right? But, pardon me. But she was, Iden Versio in Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign. And she also played Tatai in Horizon Zero Dawn The Frozen Wilds DLC. Anyway, yeah, it's right here, Iden Versio, yeah. She claimed to know some secrets about Horizon Zero Dawn 2. It seems to be expanding Gavanka's role, and she appears to be excited about it. Speaking about Horizon Zero Dawn, she said during a Twitch interview, Sony's next public appearance is at PlayStation Experience 2019. Horizon Zero Dawn 2, or whatever Sony plans to call it, could be revealed there. Moreover, Kotaku's Jason Schreier, who I've mentioned before, and don't you sleep on that name, confirmed the next God of War game. Under the Reddit post mentioning Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Jason left a comment saying God of War 5 or God of War PS4 2, God of War Part 2 PS4 is under development as well. In fact, the studio expanded recently to hire more staff to work on in development titles. There's also rumors of a new Killzone game from the makers of Horizon Zero Dawn. But I think they're just focusing on HCD right now. So take those rumors with a grain of salt, but if you can believe these names, like Janina, who she's great, she can be honest, but she's also is good at holding secrets. If she's mentioned this, then maybe it is true. Jason Schreier loves to give the goss, give out the scoops, so I'd say God of War 5 is definitely more likely on the way, especially since all the awards, I should say, of that God. Let me start that again. Especially since God of War received a ton of awards for its storytelling, graphics, cinematics, voice work, sound design, music, and all that stuff. So, yeah, I can't really say more to that. It seems very, very likely. Especially because in God of War 4, for example, they spent so much time building that engine, building those assets, that they can bring out Game of War, God of War 2, God of War 5, whatever you want to call it. They can pull it out like that, or like within 2 to 3 years instead of 5 or 6 years, right? Okay, now on to the final segment of my show, games out this week. So let's get straight into it and wrap it up. Vaporum, PS4. Graveyard Keeper, PS4. Train Valley 2 on PC. World War Z, Xbox One, PS4. My Time at Portia, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. Don't sit on it. That game is amazing. That was like one of the last games on PS2. That it's a classic. That's all you can say. It's a classic. Every Final Fantasy fan, or I think, 90% of Final Fantasy fans love Final Fantasy X, so don't sit on that. I'd say maybe about 40% for X-2, but it's kind of a different game, even though it's set as a sequel. Wasteland 2 Director's Cut on the Switch. Trial Rising 66 on the Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Dreams Early Access on PS4, obviously. Far Lone Sales, Xbox One. Please don't touch anything on the PS4. Quiver, so it's like a capital Q, U, I, and then a capital V, and then an R. So you're gonna that's on PS4 or PSVR, right? So Quiver, and it seems like a VR archery game. Took me a while to get there. Anno 1800 on PC. That's the strategy type game. Similar to Civ 5 and Civ 6 and whatnot like that, I guess. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Joker is out. That's the DLC that they've been playing for a while, or they showed last. What was it? Nintendo Direct, I think. They showed off, like, when they had a big Nintendo Direct, they showed off a Joker from Persona 5 entering the stage. So get on that if you're a big Persona 5 lover. Revenant Saga on Xbox One. Katana Zero, PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC. Cuphead on the Switch. Definitely get that. Tesla versus Lovecraft. For science! PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you for sticking around listening to me. I want to know what you think of the PS5. Some of these new games rumors. What else? The new mini Sega Mega Drive. Are you going to be getting Disney Plus? Let me let me know down in the comments below. Hit me up on my socials, especially Twitter. I think I like to recommend Twitter more because I'm more easily accessible there. Or hit us up on our Facebook group at The Gamification. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are coming out, because I like to keep it loosey goosey, you know. So once again, thank you very much. Thanks for sticking around. I am Jacko, end of line.